Hey, I'm Kimberly Moller, and today we're going to assess all 12 of your cranial nerves. Why, you ask? Is that important for singing? Well, the vagus nerve is one of them. It is an incredibly important nerve because it runs through the larynx. It runs all the way through the throat and down to the gut. So those functions are super, super important to the brain. If you can't eat or you can't swallow, you're not going to do very well at singing. I'm just going to say that right now. So we're going to test your sense of smell. We're going to test your optic nerves. We're going to test your trigeminal nerve, the sensations in your face, facial nerves, vestibulocochlear nerve, which is auditory mapping, and then the glossopharyngeal nerve, accessory, hypoglossal. We'll get into all of that business, but I promise you it's going to be super weird tricks and they're going to have some really interesting payoffs. So let's get started. Here's my assessment of She Used to Be Mine. To bring back the fire in her eyes. Now I'm going to take my essential oil and I'm going to test cranial nerve 1. Plug up the right nose, or the right nostril. Smell. Can you smell this? Can you visualize the scent? This is kind of a peppermint, wintergreen. Now I'm going to try the other side. Close the eyes. Ooh, I can't smell this one at all. It's very dull. Okay, smell it a little bit more. To bring back the fire in her eyes. Yeah, that feels pretty good. So reassess for yourself every time and write down your findings. You can also reassess by moving and finding a body part that feels a little bit tight today, or just checking your range of motion generally. That can be a forward bend. If you're hyperflexible, you can also test strength, okay? Let's move on to cranial nerve number 2. Okay, so cranial nerve number 2 is the optic nerve. So here's what you can do for that. We're gonna do something called killer bunnies, okay? So you're gonna start with your hands behind your body, and then you're going to stare at a target in front of you, and you will give me moving funny little bunnies. Now, you're gonna bring those forward until you can see them in your peripheral vision. Great. Now, move them back and see which one might be better, or if you can actually see both of them equally. Yeah, I'm losing my left side. Awesome. Okay, so that's the test. Check that on yourself, see if one is drastically different than the other, and then maybe try singing with the one that's harder. That's been gone, but it used to be mine. Okay, cool. Like I can barely see it now. All right, so I would have to move that a little further into my periphery. That's been gone, but it used to be mine. Yeah, that feels a lot better. Okay, cool. So that is a great way to test your optic nerve. Let's see. Let's try the next one. Okay, another way that you can test your optic nerve is to actually check the integration. So I'm going to read a book. I'm going to find some pretty small text for me, actually. And then I'm going to cover up one of my eyes and I'm going to read. Really focus in. I'm trained by society and others to focus more negatively than positively. Maybe read it aloud. This is feeling a little tiny bit blurry. So now I'm going to look around the room and make sure there are other objects I can see and make them a little bit less blurry. If that is in fact not blurry for you, you're doing good. Now you can move to the other eye. All right, so I'm going to cover this eye. Whoa. Okay, I can already feel there's going to be a difference. All right. The light feels very different on this eye. And I can feel my neck wanting to try and help me. now I'm gonna look around. Piano, microphone. Yeah, this is feeling good. That's been gone, but it used to be mine. Also feeling pretty good. Cool. So that is optic nerve, and that's cranial nerve number 2. Okay, are you ready? Here's number 3. We are going to test something in the body. Since I've sung a few times, I'm now going to start testing movement. So I'm going to show you shoulder movement. Okay, here's my mobility today in my right shoulder. All right, so now we're going to test the oculomotor. And this one is going to be arms straight out in front of you. You're going to try and keep your eyes on the target, and we're going to test tracking up. Breathe. And retest. Not a whole lot of change. I'll have to go back and review. Now we'll test up in a clock. Up in a clock. Up in the left hand side. My eyes don't want to do this. Relax the jaw. Breathe. You feel a little bit of resistance to that. Let's see how I retest. It's a little crunchy, but that's feeling a little bit different. Okay, I'm gonna try tracking directly to my left. Relax the jaw and the neck. Retest. Well, that feels really nice. It's pretty good. Give it a little bit more range. Awesome. And we're gonna go down into the left corner. Breathe. Ooh, I could feel myself holding my breath a bit there. Eesh. Yeah, not so good. Uncomfortable. Kind of back to a little crunchy. Okay, now I'm gonna go directly down. Breathe. Trying to keep the pencil clear. Keep the head still. Jaw relaxed. Okey-doke. Try this again. Woo. A little bit better. Nope, worse. Feels a little crunchy again. Okay, here we go. Now we're gonna go into this corner. Every single direction. Breathe. Okay. That's pretty good. Yeah, that feels amazing. So I would write down that this side particularly is feeling really, really good. Down, right. In fact, I'm gonna do it again and I'm gonna show you what my voice sounds like. Yeah, I'll do this thing. Breathe. My husband's having a grand old time. That's been gone, but it used to be mine. Yeah, that feels pretty good, not gonna lie. Okay, cool. So now I'm gonna test the rest of them. We'll go right. Breathe. Breathe. Ooh, I wanna hold my breath on that one too. Yikes! Oh no! Okay, wait a minute. Ooh, yeah, crunchy, crunchy. So far down right has been the best. Go up left. Breathe. Ooh, keep that head still. Breathe. And release. I'm not sure about this one. Nah, it's still not as good. Not as good as down this way. All right, we've arrived. We're gonna go up, right. Keep breathing. Track, track, track all day long. And release. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's really good. So these directions are both on my to-do list, on my good, I test better list. And that's been gone, but it used to be mine. Yeah, that one feels pretty darn good too. Okay, great. So figure out which one is right for you and then write that down and do that before you sing. Number 4 is the trochlear, the cranial nerve. So that is going to be down and side to side. Breathe. Do that a few times. Retest. Not so good. Not so good for me. That's been gone, but it used to be. I feel like I'm holding my breath in there. So that side is maybe a little bit threatening for me, down, left. So we're gonna try the other side. Down, right. Breathe. Keep the head forward, neutral spine. Yeah, that's pretty good. Actually, yeah, it's real good. That's been gone, but it used to be mine. I feel like I've got a little more power in there. Need some water, but that's how to track your 4th cranial nerve. Okay, for this cranial nerve, we're doing number 5, the trigeminal nerve. And I'm gonna get real close up in here because we're gonna do sensation of the face. So basically, you're gonna use a little bit of your fingernail here, and you're gonna say, does this feel like this? It's gonna be a lot better if you use another object or if you have someone else do this. But for the time being, let's test it on ourselves, like so. Yeah, it feels kind of like a little bit more active on this side. Now I'm gonna head to the cheekbone area. That feels pretty similar to me. Now I'm gonna head up here to this area. Does this feel like this? You really have to go internal for this. The left side's a little bit duller for me today. So left side up here feels duller for me, and then the right side jawline feels a little bit hotter, like more sensation than the left. So that would be duller on this side. Okay, write down your findings, retest yourself, see where things are. It's pretty good for me. All right, let's move on. Another way to test the trigeminal nerve is to smile as big as you can. See if one side is higher than the other. So you can see this side is a little higher than this side on my body, yeah? You wanna hold that. See if one side gets tired. Become a ventriloquist. Ooh, yeah. My right side feels like it's getting tired real fast. Another thing you can do is the eyebrows for these nerves. I'm just gonna keep looking. I can like feel this side dipping, which is weird. Yep, I feel like this side is dipping quite fast, so this would be the one I would want to work on with sensation. Smile, yes, and then frown. It's really hard to do. I guess I don't frown very much. You know, this side's a little less frowny than this side. Comparatively. Yep. So this side feels a little bit less active in that regard. And then we'll do it with eyebrows too. Yeah, the actual movement just is much, much harder on this side of my face. That's why I'm in this camera mode. So check those things out on your face and then retest your body, retest your singing. That's been gone, but it used to be mine. Yeah, anything facial feels real good for me and my body, so I'm gonna write those things down and do those before I go on stage. Okay, here's number 6. This is Cranial Nerve 6, abducens. Okay, cool. So you're going to be super tall. You're going to track left, close your eyes, back to center. Find that target. Breathe. Refocus. Retest. Good. Try the other side. It's pretty hard with light. There we go. This is a little harder. And my head, I can feel my head wanting to go with it. Okay, here we go. Ooh, that's pretty good. I have no more cracking. That's been gone, but it used to be mine. Also feeling pretty good. Okay, so that's number 6. So this is Cranial Nerve 7, the facial nerve, okay? So don't forget, you're gonna assess your eyebrows going up. We're gonna assess smile. We're gonna assess frown, which is really hard to do. I have to work really hard. This side doesn't want to do it as much. You can do a kissy face. A few more wrinkles on this side. So assess and figure out which side is harder. And then to kind of activate and add more stimulation, you might do the blowfish. So stick your tongue in the roof of your mouth, blow into the side that is harder, or has less activity rather. Here's what that sounds like. That's been gone, but it used to be mine. So I'm feeling a whole lot more activity in my face. That's like one of my favorite ones. So blowfish, check out my video on that one if you want to check it and like activate those facial muscles and the trigeminal nerve. Quick note on smile versus frowning. You're going to assess those based on the wrinkles that you see. If there's less wrinkles, then you're typically using the muscle less, right? So, there's less. Well, that one's not bad. Going down, definitely more wrinkles on this side, right? So, now up. I've got a dimple on this side. And I've got a little wrinkle in here. So you can tell that one side is a little bit stronger than the side that has less wrinkles. So whatever that means. So I'm not gonna be able to assess myself on this one because I've got to close my eyes for it, but this is the other one we'll do for facial nerves. You can take a video of yourself and see if one eye stays closed more than the other. Okay? Okay, cranial nerve number 8, here we go. So we are going to make the world's tiniest little silly violin, or you can say cash money. And then you're gonna rub this next to your right ear. Close your eyes. compare the sound to this side. Ooh. So they're really different for me. Might be wearing my headphones over one ear more than the other. Yep. I hear a lot louder in this ear. So this is the one that feels a little bit duller. What you might do is pull that out and ask yourself when you hear it, when you can't hear it anymore. There's a lot of ambient noise in here, so can't hear it anymore. Now, we'll try it on this side. I can hear it really well. I like can't get far enough away. Yeah, this side's way, way louder than the other. So you might try actually activating this side while you're singing. That's been gone, but it used to be mine. Reassess, see how you feel, write down your findings, okay? Okay, still with me? Cranial nerve number 9 is the glossopharyngeal nerve. This one's a little tricky to do on your own, and you're gonna need some kind of flashlight in order to see into your mouth, okay? I'm gonna I can't use my flashlight, so it's on my phone. Okay, now I'm gonna grab one. Okay, so for the glossopharyngeal nerve number 9, you're gonna look for the tonsils to be moving up in the back of the throat. So you'll need a flashlight, and this is basically the gag reflex, okay? So we're gonna go ah, 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 ah. Ooh, it's hard to tell in here, huh? Ah, 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 ah. Okay. Ah, ah, ah. Check on that and see if you can see any better in a mirror, maybe even without a flashlight, to see if one side is moving more than the other, and then you'll know right versus left. Okie doke. And then a really great way to make sure that that is active is you're going to take some flavored liquid and you're going to gargle with it on the side that seems weaker, duller, whatever you want to call it. If it is not as active as the other side, then your throat is not working as it should exactly when you are swallowing. So activate it and then sing again, okay? I'm gonna show you what it does to my voice. Let me go get some orange juice or something sweet, acidic, with flavor, okay? Okay, I'm here with my little tiny bit of orange juice that's left, so I'm not even gonna bother with a dish, who cares? And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually just gonna test the sensation first, because my gag reflex or my glossopharyngeal nerve is really hard to see back there. So here goes. Okay, so my left side is a little bit duller in taste and sensation than the right, so I'm gonna gargle in the right. Ooh, yeah. That's been gone, but it used to be mine. Glossopharyngeal. Delicious. Okay, so we just combined the glossopharyngeal with the vagus because I had to swallow. Swallowing is one of the things you can do to activate the vagus nerve. There are a lot of other things that you can do, but that is going to be an entirely separate video because that vagus nerve, she's important. Something you can test right now to see if you get a response is you can pull down on your earlobe and go internal. Observe your heartbeat, breathing pattern. See if there's any more. Yeah, I'm starting to get some more saliva in my mouth. So that would be a positive response to the vagus nerve being activated. I'm gonna try the other side. Ooh, like immediate flood. The other one was pretty good, but this is like really good. So the opposite of this can also be true. You can also get dry mouth, you can start to sweat, you can start to feel your heartbeat faster, your breathing change. In fact, I'm pulling a little hard, so I can tell my body's getting a little angry about it. So go slow, be gentle, try out pulling up and down, or just pulling down on your earlobe to activate the vagus nerve and talk to that area. And of course, swallowing, gargling, throat stuff is all going to be vagus nerve, and sensation in the back of the mouth will be glossopharyngeal. So that is 9 and 10, okay? Now we've got 11. So the 11th cranial nerve is the accessory nerve, and we can think of that as, I don't know. So you're gonna raise your shoulders. This is a shrug, and you're gonna see which one maybe wants to fall down first. So I'm just gonna hang out here for a minute. Might be a minute. Let's see which one. It's starting to feel harder. Oof. Tuck the pelvis, tall spine. Nice little double chin here. Man, I gotta tire these suckers out. They're pretty good. Breathe. So nope, that's my left. My left is starting to feel a little bit weaker, and it wants to dip down. So if you start to see that, feel that, you know your left side is the weaker one, okay? And write that down, that's really good information. You may want to activate this area and that nerve. Okay, cool. That's how to test your accessory nerve, or you'll actually just sort of use it more often. You'll actually strengthen it. A couple more reps at the gym should help you with that. Okay, let's move on. This is the final one. It's the final countdown. Okay, number 12. What is number 12? The hypoglossal nerve. The hypoglossal nerve is the tongue. That is what you're going to assess. So you're going to try and stick the tongue directly out, try to like stab someone in the nose. And you're going to notice after holding it there for a while that it might want to turn right or it might want to turn left. It's going to go to the side of brain dysfunction, okay? So then we'll know better information about how to strengthen the side that you need to strengthen. Ooh, oh my gosh. Yeah, it kind of wants to go to the right here. So in order to strengthen that side, I'm actually going to stick my tongue into my left cheek. And I'm going to activate. This will be a strength thing for the tongue. So that's been gone. That's been gone. Oh my god, where am I on the keyboard? Okay, here it is. That's been gone, but it used to be mine. Yeah, okay, cool. I definitely feel more activation there. So retest your body, you know, in some way. You can retest the tongue, bring that out and see if it immediately wants to veer off. That is how to test all 12 of your cranial nerves. Woo! We did it. Awesome. Okay, great job, everybody. Write down your findings and make sure that you are assessing those cranial nerves and bringing that into your practice studio, because like this stuff is kind of important. It definitely influences everything that our brains are really, really worried about. And it's going to help your singing. It's wacky, weird, totally new inputs for the brain that can just be a game changer. Like, why not, right? All right, so we're going to test some auditory mapping, and I have a special guest. That's my husband, Cody. Okay, so test something on your body for them so they can see what's going on with your body. Okey doke. Pretty good. We're a little tighter on this side, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay, so you're gonna have a partner, and this partner is going to test where different quadrants of your auditory system, okay? So if we split this up into like 4 quadrants, I'm gonna make noise, snap in a quadrant, and I'm gonna have him close his eyes, and he will point to said target, all right? Here we go. Can we do this so that you can show them? Great, awesome. Okay, close those eyes. And release. And release. Great. All right, retest your body. Feel better, same, or worse?
Oh, that's worse.
Yeah. So his body didn't like that so much. And did you see that there were a couple places where he pointed that were not quite where the target was? So the way that we train that and we make sure that the eyes and the ears are working together are, I'm gonna have him open his eyes after he's pointed, okay? So let's try this all again. Open your eyes, move your hand directly to the target, and release. All the way, and release. Good. All the way, and release. Good, let's do one more. Good. Release, and show me your range of motion. Okay, so it's gotten a little bit better, but not as good as the first time. So we need a little bit more work on this one. That's how to test your auditory mapping.